Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon. I'm an acting and performance coach, and today is the day I'm so excited. Today is the day we finally break into season 1, episode 12 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Prophecy Girl, the season finale. I'm very excited about this. I think without a doubt in my mind, this is definitely one of the top 3 episodes of the first season. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Check the description below for all my social media links, including a link to the Patreon where you can get a full reaction to this episode, including all the episodes that came before it, and probably several weeks after or several episodes after. We will be pretty far ahead, I'm assuming, over on Patreon by now. If you do want to support the channel, but you're not really into Patreon or doing the whole subscription service thing, or maybe you're already subscribed to several patrons, I understand that too, but you still want to support the channel in some small way, there are other links in the description where you can do that as well. All that stuff aside, all the businessy type stuff that I have to say every video, which, you know, it's a thing. I'm glad we're past it because now we can just jump right into the video. I'm really excited. I know I'm talking a little fast, but I'm kind of pumped for this one, so get ready. Here we go. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 1, Episode 12, Prophecy Girl.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I've been trapped down here so long I've nearly forgotten what it's like.
We don't usually get these previously on. I think this is only the second one of the entire first season. The first one would have been on episode 7. Something in my brain is telling me we got one on episode 2 as well, but I'm doubting myself on that one. I think I might just be making that up.
There's never been anyone else for me but you.
I love this. Look, I'm into watching these reaction videos as well. Sometimes I get into them. Buffy is one of my favorite shows. I love it. It cracks me up, the stream of emotions that reactors go through during this scene. Is he's talking to Buffy, and then it's, oh no, he's talking to Willow. Does he like Willow? No, wait, no. He's talking, poor Willow. And, you know, because he's being, this is really tone deaf. For real, man. Read the room, Xander. Because for real, poor Willow.
A mate, and then we can observe their mating rituals and tag them before they migrate. Just kill me.
Secondhand embarrassment is real. I love this scene so much. Can we talk about how beautiful this scene is? The slow-mo fall, going back and forth between inside the car and outside the car. The car was established in the first shot in the background. And when we're out here, these slow motion moves really digging in the suspense. It's epic. It's great. And then how quickly that happens. Pop, pop, pop. After all that buildup, we just get it. Here he is.
Yes! Yes! We are in the final days!
I love him so much. He does not get enough credit for what he did. Okay, we've got to talk about the Master a little bit because I've had a couple of people ask me about my opinions on him because it's not an opinion that the casual viewer would come to easily on their own. There is dialogue, man. When you start approaching a piece of work like a script, a monologue, anything from the perspective of a performer, when you start reading them with the intention of developing a character and then presenting that character to people in public, your perception kind of shifts on that kind of thing. And I'm going to tell you, it is not as easy as it seems for all of these actors to make these lines that they read on a piece of paper or read on a computer screen that they are reciting from memory, to make them come across naturally. It's more complex. It's very stylized. The decisions you make become more important. The rhythm of his speech is so precise and it's so well constructed that you really feel sort of the persona that he's built for himself. Yes, Shakers, we are in the final days. Glory. It has a very religious lilt to it. This is what the Master is. At the end of the day, he is essentially a very old cult leader. He just plays it so really well.
It's getting hairy out there, Giles. I killed 3 vampires last night. One of them was practically on school grounds. Putting my life on the line, battling the undead. Look, I broke a nail, okay? The least you could do is exhibit some casual interest. You could go,
I love it so much. I love that humor so much.
Wow, that was boring.
I don't feel that boring covers it.
They're still in, right?
Willow, don't you have a thing?
A thing? A thing that I have to go to. See you later.
Let's go over here and sit.
Okay, now you're making me nervous.
Oh, no, there's nothing to be nervous about. Really, it's silly. Hey, leave. Thanks.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Don't try it in real life. I have a lot to say about this scene, I think.
Buffy, I want you to go to the dance with me. You and me on a date. Buffy, I like you. A lot. We've fought some blood-sucking fiends, and that's all been a good time. But I want more. I want to dance with you.
First, that last little line, those last couple of lines, I want more, I want to dance with you, were obviously written by somebody who fits Joss Whedon's description, by somebody who obviously was not very popular in high school, has potentially an overinflated sense of whimsy. Even with that, even including that, if I just say the right words, if I just present it in the right way, if I do it just right, maybe she'll look at me and realize that I'm perfect for her, right? It's not going to happen, but that's okay. I think what's important for me here is that there's so much Xander hate out there in the Buffy community, and it's just really important for me to point out that so far, neither party has done anything wrong. Xander has feelings. The only mistake that he's making in this moment, to me, is not treating the situation soberly. He's going into this hoping that if he says something just right, if he does something just right, that something will switch and she will realize she has feelings for him. It is a real thing. It's not his fault. That's the thing. That is a mistake being made, but it's not his fault. Buffy has no options here but to do exactly what she does, which is try to be as kind as possible and tell him the truth.
I don't want to spoil the friendship that we have.
Well, I don't want to spoil it either. But that's not the point, is it? You either feel a thing or you don't.
And now she just has to be honest. Come on, you know, man. Don't look at her like you don't know.
I just don't think of you that way.
Now at this point, my heart goes out to Buffy. It's hard being Xander here, for sure. It's hard being him in this situation, but it's not easy being on the other side as well. She genuinely cares about him. He's a very, very close friend of hers. He's somebody that she considers to be a part of her inner circle, a part of the few people that she trusts in the world. So to do something or say something that she knows is going to injure him is not easy. And I feel for her for that. It's really sad, but she does exactly what she should do. She does exactly what she has to do, which is just be honest and leave no doubt.
Try. I'll wait.
Xander.
No.
This moment coming up is the point where for just a moment, for just a second, he dips into petty. He dips into maybe even a little hurtful. I forgive him this. I think Buffy does too, pretty much immediately. Because he just had his feelings hurt and he's being defensive and he's lashing out, trying to protect himself. It's a natural way to respond. Is it the most mature way to respond? No, but he's a 16-year-old boy. Do you really expect him to respond maturely to this kind of thing?
I'm not him. I mean, I guess the guy's got to be undead to make time with you.
Again, way harsh. She calls him on it, again, without getting ticked off at him, which is good.
I'm sorry.
And he pulls back.
I don't handle rejection well.
More honesty, some vulnerability, some humor to cover things, because that's what he does. And he doesn't leave in a huff. He didn't leave like he was angry. He left like he was hurt, which he is. Is it her fault he's hurt? No. I think both of them did what they needed to do in that situation. I have no judgments on either of them from that.
You know, that outfit looks just like the one you wore yesterday. Were you here all night?
Oh, they both acted that really well, too. I guess I should have said something about that.
Well, I have been surfing the net looking for unexplained incidents. I'm not stupid. This is apocalypse stuff.
I don't know if I can trust you.
He's so
That
good.
demon out of the internet. I think that merits some trust.
When she says, I helped you cast that demon out of the internet, I think that merits some trust. He goes through such a journey in his brain, and it's all over his face. This is what good acting is, so pay attention. She'll say that line, and then he will nod, and it's like in his brain, he's going to come up with a rebuttal, and he's like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, you're right. Of course, you did help me with that. I understand. You made a good point. It all flashes over his face.
I helped you cast that demon out of the internet.
Watch his face closely here.
Look, I'm scared, okay?
It's brilliant. It's so brilliant. That gets me so excited. I know it's so small, and I don't even know if you can tell what I'm talking about, but it's so brilliant.
Just do it. I'll explain later.
And she's good too. She's good. She gets better. The more she becomes a regular staple on the show, she gets better. She's not bad by any means. This scene is not great.
Done.
You're so sweet. Why are you so sweet?
I don't know. Because I'm usually mean as a snake.
So to go from watching Giles and Miss Calendar and that brilliance happening to watching that scene, it gives me a whiplash. I mean, it's not bad for network TV, but Giles is giving you Broadway level acting. And so just going from that to this was really, it's jarring.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Sucked. Hey man, I've been there. Well, I've been in that spot. Well, a lot of us have. It really does suck.
She's still jonesing for Angel. Can care less about me.
None of that was said. Now he's catastrophizing. It's fine. It's part of the process, I guess.
Yeah, I know what we'll do.
This I don't like. I don't like this at all. I feel like slapping him upside the back of the head.
Time. We'll dance. We'll go wild.
Look at Allison's face, though. She does so good here.
Willow, come on.
You think I want to go to the dance with you and watch you wish you were at the dance with her? You should know better.
I wouldn't have minded a little more heartache here from her. I'm missing the sharpness of the sensation that this is a person that I'm in love with and he doesn't even see. Like, not only is he not interested in me, which I could deal with. Being Willow, she could deal with it. She's been dealing with it and she's done a very good job. She's been handled it very maturely. But in that moment, him asking her to go with him to the dance, just assuming that she'll go, knowing that he wants to go with Buffy, would make a person feel like he doesn't even see me. I'm not even a person to him. And I would expect Willow to temper that and not take like a hardcore offense, but it would hurt. I would think that it would hurt. This feeling that, no. I really would have liked to have seen a little something more than just sad. And I mean, I knew it would work out. It sucks that you're sad. I think that it could have been more. Oh, we're coming up on the scene.
It's clear. It's what's going to happen.
You're about to see the best acting of any scene for the entire first season.
Well, there's got to be some way around it.
I wish to God I were, but it's very plain. Tomorrow night, Buffy will face the Master, and she will die.
It's so obvious how much they both care for her in their own way. That laugh is so powerful. I don't know whose choice that was, but it really does its job.
One Slayer dies, next one's called. Will you train her? Or will they send someone else? Do you think it'll hurt?
Oh, you break my heart.
I've got a way around it. I quit.
It's not that simple.
Read me the signs! Tell me my fortune! You're so useful sitting here with all of your books! What do you know about this? You're never gonna die.
Buffy, if the Master rises...
I don't care! I don't care.
That's the moment she realizes she really means what she's saying. She's not just throwing a fit. She's breaking.
I don't want to die.
She doesn't want to die. The one part of that scene that I kind of wish they had handled differently was when she threw down the cross. It really felt to me like, whenever you're on a set and you're recording a scene, you will do so 3 or 4 times at minimum. Sometimes you do it with different intentions. You do it with different intensity, with different emotions in mind. And it felt like it just felt out of place. When she threw the thing down, that felt like it was from a place where they had handled it with more anger, where she hadn't come out of the anger quite so much, because she was like very angry. I don't care. And then she really, really settled into it. And like I said, sort of realized I'm not just acting out. I really would rather do anything else. I really just don't want to die. Beyond that feels like an editing thing. There it is. Oh, poor Xander. I mean, give him the time. I've heard people badmouth him even for this scene. Like, give him the minute, man. Let him take his time. He needs to deal with these feelings.
You all right? Mom, let's go away. You and me, a mother-daughter thing. We can talk about all the embarrassing things you love to bring up.
Isn't the prom tomorrow night? Nobody asked you? See, sometimes I actually do know what you're thinking.
I really wish you did, Joyce. I really wish you did.
I saw you eyeing it at the store. I figured.
That's a wedding dress, right? Am I the only one who saw that and thought, wedding dress? I mean, it's beautiful, but it looks like a wedding dress.
Homecoming, my freshman year of college. I didn't have a date.
Then what
And she
happened?
stole your father
met
from
your father.
his then girlfriend. With that story in mind, it's really not surprising they ended up splitting up.
He promised. We'll never get everything ready in time. He totally flaked on me, and I don't even care.
This is hurting me a little bit.
God help me. They're watching cartoons.
This moment I kind of buy a little bit. Right here.
That's not cute. Obviously, Kevin has underestimated the power of...
Can I tell you that it's amazing to me how many people watch this scene and don't notice the bloody handprint on the TV? I didn't the first time I watched it. It's so obvious and blatant and right there, and nobody notices it until after we see the dead bodies. Until this. But whenever they're looking through the window, the bloody handprint is right there. Nobody notices.
There's something on the news. Willow.
I do have questions about this. Okay, I've got to stop this for just a second because this is something that bugs me every time I watch this episode. The whole thing was we need to meet in the morning. So we're talking 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Meet in the morning, do these things, do that thing, set up the sound system, blah, blah, blah. The guys are supposed to bring it in the morning. So what time? Willow was supposed to come set it up. Was that in the morning when they were at the school? Was it still morning time? Like breakfast time? The guys had certainly been there since the night before. Obviously, they've been there overnight because the vampires wouldn't have been able to leave if they'd killed them that morning pre-dawn. They were supposed to meet them in the morning. They go to the school, they find them, and they're dead. Now it's sunset. The time of this episode really kind of throws me off. I don't know how we got to sunset.
I'm not okay. I knew those guys. I go to that room every day. It wasn't our world anymore. They made it theirs.
And this line right here.
And they had fun.
The way her entire face just tenses up.
You'll stay in tonight, okay?
I like your dress.
In this moment, Buffy is saying goodbye to Willow, she thinks, forever.
Take care.
Right there. Take care isn't, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care is, have a good life. Take care of yourself when I'm gone.
Okay, so this master guy tried to open the Hellmouth. Yeah, the part that gets me, though, is where Buffy is the vampire slayer. She's so little.
She really is.
Did send out one last global, though.
She's really good. She is really good. That moment where she remembered that he sent out another global, she already knew that, obviously. She read it in the script.
The Slayer will not know him, and he will lead her into hell.
So Luca thinks the Anointed is a kid.
Buffy's not going to face the Master. I am.
So I'm looking for a kid, huh? And he'll lead me to the Master? You're still not going up against the Master.
I made up mine first. I'm older and wiser than you, and just do what you're told for once.
Did I do the knockout counter? I don't know. I don't have all of them edited yet. I hope I did. I don't even know how many times he's been knocked out by now. Are you wearing heels? You're wearing heels.
Oh man, what do we do?
We stay calm. First thing.
I love this
Calm?
reference.
I think he's right.
I'm sorry.
Call
Call
me
me
work for the cutest of the Borg here, but I'm free to intend to stay that way. Love that so much. The cutest of the Borg reference is insane.
Right now I gotta help Buffy.
We don't even know where she's gone.
No, but I can find out.
You know, for all the Xander hate that we get, simple fact, if it wasn't for Xander, Buffy would have died in this episode.
Mind if I come in? Buffy, she's gonna fight the Master. He'll kill her. Take me to him.
You're way out of your league, kid. The Master will kill you before you can even breathe, if you're lucky.
I don't like you. At the end of the day, I pretty much think you're a vampire.
Me knowing that if Angel wanted to, he could disarm him of that cross and snap his neck in about 1/2 of a second. They kind of really painted themselves into a corner with the whole Anointed One thing. It doesn't make any sense. What was his purpose? Why does he have power? The whole first 3 episodes or so of season 2 just don't make sense with him. There's a reason they killed him so quickly. And I mean, what did he do? They said the Slayer will not know him. She knew him. I mean, not knew him like intimately, like on a personal level, but she knew that was the Anointed One. What's the point of him?
Why don't we just cut to the...
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You think they'll gather at the Hellmouth?
Well, the last time the Master tried to rise was the harvest. He sent a bunch of vampires to get him fresh blood.
Where did that go down?
The Bronze.
You know, for someone who's all powerful, you sure do like to hide.
I understand.
I understand.
Yeah. And again, here comes the payoff for the setup earlier. Cordelia was sitting at the spot where her and her boyfriend were sitting earlier in the car there on school grounds. I kind of wish they had set this up at some point before this moment. Never had they talked about how he has these like hypnotist type, like Dracula-esque powers. No vampire that we've seen so far has done anything like this. So they kind of just pulled this out of nowhere.
You're the one that sets me free.
And that's a real tear. So great. Look at that dread, that terror, that amazement on her face. Okay, so there's a little bit of science about tears that I learned a while back that just kind of blew me away, and it's something that I look for now in film and TV anytime I see an actor or actress cry. There is a thing, a real scientifically proven thing that happens. If you fake tears that don't have real intense emotion behind them, your tears are actually less viscous. They are more purely water. If you're really crying out of emotion, out of some kind of deep emotion, pain, sorrow, even happiness, your tears are flooded with chemicals, with hormones and chemicals from your brain, it's just the way our brains work. I don't understand tears on a deeper level. That's true. And as a result, if someone is crying and there's nothing real behind it, if it's just fake, they will race down their faces. Their cheeks. You can see it a lot. This does not count, by the way, if they blink and they fall off their lash and fall down. I've seen that happen, and people are like, oh, look at that. No, that's not that. When they come down, they're going to go slower down the cheek. It sounds weird. It's just true.
I couldn't go.
That's a real tear, my friends.
Think about that.
There's another way you know it's real. You can't see anything but her. The close-up is intense on her. I have no idea what's exactly happening when that tear falls. There is no reason to believe that he's actually in the process of speaking that dialogue when that tear falls. I have seen people take actors and actresses during moments like this and you'll have the director or somebody walking them through, pushing them, emotionally pushing them to the point of tears, and then it just all gets muted, and the score and his speech is laid on top of it, because this was the moment they were able to capture that genuine tear, that strong emotion that they were looking for. But beyond that, this look she has here is not just sadness or fear, it's regret. It's all in there, man. It's all inside. Right there, look at it. It's not just I'm dying. She's not even thinking about herself in that moment. It's about what's happening. It's everybody's gonna die. She failed. She failed. It's so intense. I'm sorry, I get really worked up. I hope that's okay. Are we gonna talk about the breath?
She's dead.
By the way, when we saw this live on TV, we didn't know she could have been dead.
CPR. You have to do it. I have no breath.
Yes, you have to do it. I have no breath. This is one of the pieces of lore that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they did it. I get that it makes for some quippy one-liners, but come on. He didn't need this. They have a body. These demons have a body. Their body has blood in it. When they get punched in the nose, they bleed. If they get cut, they bleed. So obviously they have flowing blood in their body. If they have flowing blood in their body, then they have organs that work, or they wouldn't have flowing blood. By the way, flowing blood also means that their heart beats. Think about that for a minute in context of the show. Even if he doesn't need breath to live, which is totally fine, and in Out of Mind, Out of Sight, he could have said that instead of when he said, I don't need the oxygen. It's not like I need the oxygen. That made sense because he could just simply not breathe. That's fine. He doesn't need it to live. But here, he's literally saying, I have no breath. Like his lungs don't work, which would mean he couldn't speak. It just doesn't make any sense. That's what's happening here. That's all that's happening here. It doesn't make any sense why Angel couldn't do this.
Come on.
I love this moment. That's not at all how you would wake up if you were drowning, if you were drowned and resuscitated, but it's really impactful. It works really well. Wow, they seem excited. I kind of feel like they should have had a little more time. The vampires got there really quickly, but then again, I guess they're vampires.
My beautiful world.
Love it. Just listening to the way he said world there at the end. It wasn't my beautiful world. It was like, wow. It just so dramatic.
No, I feel strong.
I would have liked a deeper explanation to what that means. I'm sure there's some fan theory out there, but something to do with the fact that that near-death experience and just how it changed her psychologically could have a lot to do with it. Maybe she's just more accepting more of her powers, but they never really dive into it. I don't think it wasn't any kind of transference, which is something that gets suggested between her and the Master, but something happened. This is quite the walk.
So how do you know where the Master's going?
Face.
I'm ready.
Can we talk about this practical effect that's coming up in a minute? This monster? Those sound like raptor noises from Jurassic Park.
You're dead.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty.
How cool is she? I'm just asking.
Did you really think you could best me here when you couldn't below?
You have fruit punch mouth.
What?
Save the hypnosis crap for the tourists.
I love that it says Haya in the captions. I've never noticed that before. Can we watch that one more time? Hold on. What is that? What the guy, the puppet master there was having fun.
You're that amped about
Anger. Love it. Love this demonstration. 100% increase in power that she was able to simply incapacitate him completely with just a grab of the throat. And I love that he had bones.
Master.
Dead. Her mouth is closed.
She's
Sorry.
crying. Anybody else not notice that she's crying?
Been a really weird day.
Yeah,
Look at her.
Buffy died and everything.
Wow, harsh.
I got all pretty.
I mean,
What about him?
you had a white dress that was laying in sewer water for a while. So,
He's not going anywhere.
very good foreshadowing. The first episode of next season makes perfect sense after watching this. Oh, well, now, okay, so that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1, Episode 12, Prophecy Girl. Wow. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Check out my social media links. They are in the description. Also in the description, you'll find the link to my Patreon channel where you will find the full reaction to this episode all the episodes before it and probably several episodes after it. Right now, we are definitely at least six or seven episodes ahead. Regardless, if you want to come watch the full reactions with me over on Patreon, I would love to have you over there. If you want to support the channel, but Patreon really isn't your thing, there are other links to do that kind of thing in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here and going on this journey with me. I love your faces. Please, I think that's it. Actually, that's all the YouTube stuff. Please remember to be kind to each other. And most importantly, be kind to yourself.